All right, today's mission is to replace this aging flooded lead acid battery bank. It has seen its better days. And now for something better. Going. All right, so Legacy Xantrex. Our output is here. So, and then I think the charge controller is ramping up again. So let's go out and turn off the charge controller first. And then we'll come in and turn off the output of the inverter, and then we'll turn off the inverter itself. All right, I didn't show you the boring part of unboxing the battery. And then here's the fun part. Old lead acid forklift batteries still kind of work, lost a lot of capacity. And with these lithium batteries, he'll double his capacity because of the old, you can only use 50% of your battery rule on lead acid. And this one you can use 80 or 90, so he'll have a lot more space. The trick's gonna be getting this engine lift to move this battery. But first, let's shut everything down. I did shut down the panel inputs because I want these to stop percolating. And then I'll turn off the charge controllers. We'll go inside and turn off the AC output. And then we'll come back here and turn the inverter's DC input off. So, stand by. All right, this has a custom bypass procedure. There is a bypass procedure. It's a custom bypass procedure. Disconnect the inverter in, which is here. Disconnect the inverter out, which is there. And then turn on the bypass breaker, which is here. And then do it in reverse, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're off now. Let's get the battery bank out of here. Welded up a nice, ingenious little trolley. Can't lift it, we can at least move it. Nice. One down, one to go. One down, one to go. Oh, it's only about 15 minutes. That's so nice. All right, here we go. That's good right there. All right, scraped and scraped, and then put a little paint on the floor. The customer will come back and finish repainting the garage to match the nice textured paint. So now we're gonna lay out the where the bars go, that are uni-strut, and get the batteries mounted. All right, status update. I used uni-strut again this time. I like doing that because the studs are here. The studs don't really line up with the where I'd want the battery to go. So I used 3-inch lag bolts into the studs, and then I used nuts. Not nuts. What do they call them? Strut nuts. Strut nuts to put the battery mounting brackets on. And now we'll move the batteries into place. It's coming together. It's only been 5 minutes. All right, and just like that, somebody mounted the batteries on the wall. Sweet. Now I'll take these covers off, get our cables hooked up, boot it up, and I'm gonna put the Insight Home on this system as well so we can get it on the internet. And then that will be that. This is where we're at. We got the batteries wired up. I'll do a cross check for torque and data cable. I installed the Insight Home. We're gonna power that up. We're gonna turn on the batteries and turn on the charge controllers and then turn on the inverter. But first I do my traditional thing of peeling off these little labels to give the customer the best experience. That stays on there for about a month or so. It turns into a weird, wicked mess. All right, let's turn it on. First is the breakers. Get these little spinny things out. Turn on breaker, one. And then another spinny thing. Okay, turn on the breaker. And then boot up the master battery and wait for them all to wake up. I'll wait for that to happen. I'll come back. One thing that you have to do at the end, of course, is to program all the settings of the charge controllers to match the new batteries. This is open loop, sort of. Oh, wait, if you go to dashboard, you can see dashboard. It does show the percentage of the battery and the temperature, etc. But you can't, this old inverter can't do SOC control. It just does voltage. But I make sure that I can go to devices and program each device for the expected voltage and timing advanced that I want for these batteries. So battery settings, I always choose custom, and then I can program the charger settings. And you can see I've chose my traditional 55.2 volts for the absorbed time. And then also for the inverter, I can go choose the settings that allow the inverter to back up the home if needed, and also to sell the extra power from the solar array. So all of those settings are there. I won't bore you with that in this video, and also it looks like a magic trick, but the iPad is just stuck by its folio to the magnetic surface of the disconnect. I guess you could buy an older iPhone and just stick it there and use it and hook up a charging cable. Okay, now I'm getting distracted. All right. Now, of course, I don't mean to gloss over all the settings that are necessary for converting from flooded lead acid to lithium. This is an older XW, so it doesn't do state of charge, but it will allow me to change the voltage for charging and the indicators, and then I'm able to add the state of charge in the display when the customer logs on to Insight Home. So, I'll leave all that out. There's other videos I've made that show that. And here we go. All right, let's do a cross check of our straps. We got our two batteries in the back. I have a pre-weighed pallet from the recycling guy. Still tight. Still tight. All right, we got them pinned in there. I will stop again if needed to check this tension here. You can see it from my rear view. And we're in good shape. Okay, located at the recycling center, I've got the batteries located onto the scale using the forklift. So, that makes it a lot easier. Okay, I put most of the tools away, but I still got an hour of tool putting away because I got to go back where they belong. And here we are. Two MidNite Powerflo16s connected to an older Schneider inverter, which is inside a little closet in the room there, which you'll see. The old DC disconnect is out here. I installed the Insight Home so we can collect data. And then I've got the battery cables bust in here. And now the customer is ready for an outage, and they don't have to worry about the old batteries. So no more equalizing, no more watering, and no more cleaning up the mess of the acid residue. If the wife's happy, everybody's going to be happy. And that's a wrap. Thanks for watching.